Anyway, so last week.
Okay.
What did we speak last week? Oh. Let's start off. We learned that. Oh, we learned like this. Originally, Ezra, one of Ezra's 10 takonis was that one should, that a Baal Keri should go to the mikveh. Someone who was Mishamish Mitosei should go to the mikveh.
Even if he isn't a Baal Keri, should go to the mikveh before davening.
Wait a minute, we're talking about Ezra.
Okay.
Ezra was sacked for a Baal Keri. He had a lot of takonis. This is one of the takonis. The Gemara says, there's a whole discussion about Tevilas Ezra. We discussed certain it's Kriyishma, for davening, for learning Torah. The Gemara brings down that Yehuda ben Beseira said that held that it's bottled. Tefillah was bottled. And the Gemara brings... And the Gemara, the Rishonim explain how could it be that it became bottled, the Kana of Ezra, Ezra based dinoi, unless you're godly mimena b'migin b'chachma akim b'batl. So the answer is like this: any takana has to be mispashed throughout klal. Here, it's one page. Mispashed throughout klal Yisrael.
But he has to also put the Keimanim in the Chayrim. They're not the same.
Majority of Klal Yisrael has to accept the takana, but if the takana does not spread around the majority of Klal Yisrael,
it can't be.
It's a gzeira she'ein roiv atzibi yichol lamiba, and it becomes bottle. So that's why the gzeira became bottle. That you're not mechuyev to go to the mikveh for Tevilas Ezra before when is a Baal Keri. However, we're talking before you daven, in order to daven and in order to learn. However, there is a shita of Hai Goin from the Goinim brought down the Rif, that the Hai Goin says that when the Gemara said that Tevilas Ezra is bottled, it's only in regards to Kriyishma and learning Torah. When it comes to Kriyishma learning Torah, here you don't need to go to the mikveh before. However, it comes to Tefillah, Chazal were never mevatel for Tefillah. They never mevatel for Tefillah. And the Rif held that way. The Rif held that the Rif said it's not clear. Some people say it's bottled totally. There is no more takonos Ezra. However, the Hai Goin held that it's bottled for Tefillah, for Torah, and for Kriyishma, but for Tefillah it still exists. You still have to go in order to daven. And the Rif passed says since it's not clear, the minig is that people do Tevilas Ezra for Tefillah. He writes in his times, the Rif, the Bitzak Alfasi. So therefore, this is what we should be doing. L'payel, the other Rishonim say that it's bottled totally, and one does not need to go to the mikveh even for davening.
I thought Rabbi Gershom was involved in that.
No, that's a whole different story.
He had his
not
other
more than one wife.
So now, Talmidei Rabbeinu Yoina bring down Rabbeinu Yoina's sheet. Rabbeinu Yoina says even though it's true that there is no chiyuv to go to the mikveh, that does not mean that the mikveh is not worth anything. If one does go to the mikveh, his tefillah will be more makubal. Mukubelas yosef. So therefore, even though it's bottled mitzad chiyuv, but there's an inyan to go to the mikveh. And that's what we find out the Rebbe in the Likutei Torah, Parashat Kisava, he says that there is first of all a day that holds that you're chayiv to go to tefillah today. Even though from Shulchan Aruch it's not that way. However, we still have the other Rishonim which explain that even though it's bottled, but there's still an inyan to go. And we see throughout the Rishonim, and even in the Poskim, that Hamachmir Tovei Ala Bracha, and there were always Chasidim and Anshe Meiser, they used to Tevilas Ezra, like the Rambam. The Rambam himself, the Rosh Hashivas in Bavel, wrote a letter to the Rambam, having a taina, how come the Rambam is so mako lenient for Tevilas Ezra? He says it's totally bottled today, for Tefillah also. So he wrote a talking. So the Rambam says, The way I wrote in my sefer is because I have to write lahalacha. You're asking me what I do. What is the minig? The minig is we still go to the mikveh before Tevilas Ezra. I never did not go to the mikveh. I always kept Tevilas Ezra, and I always went miyamai lebetalti tfilazu. I always kept this tefillah. So we find already in the Rishonim that this is the concept of going to the Tevilas Ezra, even though it's not a chiyuv, but there's a minig. The minig is not to go, but definitely the work Siddham and Shemais, and the Baal Shem Tov was very much into mikveh, and he wanted that people. It says in Baal Shem Tov said that all the madregas that Arizal reached was because of his going to mikveh very often. So Baal Shem Tov wanted the Chassidim should go to the mikveh very often. That's why Chassidim go to the mikveh for Tevilas Ezra, and you also have other Choshev Yidden and not Chassidim that also make sure that they go Tevilas Ezra. Tevilas Ezra is not when you go every day. Tevilas when you go only at the time when you need to go. After one is it has a keri or and it was mashamish mitasim. And some people are more makbid. The mashal Erev Yom Kippur. All of Klal Yisrael is chayiv to go to the mikveh Erev Yom Kippur.
Chayiv or it's a minute?
Chayiv. The lashon we'll see soon in Mitzvah. The lashon Alter Rebbe. It's a minig, but it's a very serious minig. And all of Klal Yisrael, they go to the mikveh, and one of the reasons for that, one of the reasons given by many Rishonim, one of the reasons given by Rishonim for that mikveh we tefillah you go Erev Yom Kippur is because of keri. The taka a whole year long we're not makbid to go, but the Erev Yom Kippur one should go, and all of Klal Yisrael is the minig to go to the mikveh because of keri. There's other sheets of whole. It's not because of keri we go because of tshuva reasons like a ger. We're going to learn about it soon. Now. L'maisa, there's a shayla. There is. What about we know the concept of tisha kavan? The Gemara mentions pouring 9 kavan, a measurement, which is
that's like a shot, good
around between 12 to 20 liters, depending on which shita you go. 12 to 22 liters, depending on which shita you go on. What is that standard? When are you allowed to do that? And also, we have to know whether this going to a mikveh, can we use a swimming pool for going to mikveh? A bathtub, a jacuzzi. So Mitzvah tonight, I want to get into this. Let's take a look at the Gemara.
Like Tisha B'Av.
Let's see. It's not so far. There's Tisha Kabin and there's mikveh and there's a swimming pool.
Country
There's 3 levels, 3 madregas.
Oh, yeah?
3 madregas, yeah. Let's take a look. It says the Gemara in Brachas. We're going to first go to a little bit to the Gemara to get a little background about Tisha Kabin. We know mikveh works, but we're going to look about Tisha Kabin and also about whether or not one is allowed to use a swimming pool. Swimming pool, it's not kosher to be a mikveh.
Not for a woman.
Right?
Yeah.
Not for Toivel and Kalim. But what does it mean that we allow people men to use a swimming pool? What does that mean? Is that a mahudar? Is that good? What is it? Says the Gemara Berachas Daf Chapei Zamad Aleph. We're going to learn Shtikul Gemara. Tana Rabbanan. The Rabbanan taught Abal Keri Shenasal of Tisha Kabin Mayim Toir. You pour it on him. Tisha Kabin Mayim. Tisha Kabin, the sheet Tisha Kabin, because that's enough to wash your whole goof. Your Toir Nachum Ish Gamzu, the famous Nachum Ish Gamzu. Gradi came from a city which was called Gemzu. Because he always used to say Gamzu L'Teva, so they used to call him a plate on his town, Gamzu, Nochamish Gamzu.
It was related to the other games.
Lachsha Rabbi Akiva. I don't see him around though. Is he coming? Shabbos is here. During the week he's coming.
During the week he's
No, he hasn't been there.
Does his spiders? No, so just saw him yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Spiders. He has his spiders.
I used to see him sometimes by Maidos. Oh, and he maybe go to the Chia.
Right.
Where is Ranis? He hasn't been here in a long time.
He was here yesterday. We saw him
And Shmuel's making a
Baruch. Shmuel's making a fast.
Baruch said the heat in the song was hard for him. And the cold in the
Missing a lot.
We haven't seen Baruch in a few weeks.
Months. He hasn't been in this year. He hasn't come on. He boycotted.
Is he around?
No.
He hasn't been
I don't know if I
around.
should
He
complain.
has been around. The guy gets to go to different shoes.
He's boycotting.
Unless he went somewhere else.
Heat.
He hasn't been around.
Okay. Nachum Ish Gamzu Lachsha Rabbi Kiva. Rabbi Kiva whispered this halacha. that a Baal Keri does not need to actually go to a real mikveh.
Tisha
Tisha is enough. This heter, he whispered into the ears of Rebbe Kiva. Rebbe Kiva loch shelo ben Azai. Rebbe Kiva whispered into the ears of his student Ben Azai. Oh, Ben Azai, Yotza Ben Azai went out, and he already made it public information, this heter. Yotza v'shana l'talmidav taught it his talmidim. B'shuk. In the market. He went in the market and made a shir over there. Pligi, but today Amiroi b'marava. In the west, in Eretz Yisrael, there are two Amiroim that had an argument in this story, how it occurred.
Rabbi Kiva lived in Eretz Yisrael.
Yeah, all the Tanoim Eretz Yisrael, yeah. Rabbi Yossi bar Avin, but Rabbi Yossi bar Zvida. It's supposed to be Rav, Rabbi Yossi bar Avin, Rabbi Yossi bar Zvida. No, it's Rabbi, because in Eretz Yisrael. All Tanoim, anyone who's Eretz Yisrael, Tanoim and Amiroim have Rabbi. In the Gemara, most of the Amiroim are from Bavel. So they say Rav. Rav Papa, Rav Chisda, Rav Huna.
That's the Bavel.
Rav, right. But in Eretz Yisrael, Rabbi Yochanan, they say Rabbi. Here also, these two Amiroim were from Eretz Yisrael, so they call Rabbi Yosef and Rabbi Yosef. Most Amiroim that we learn about are from Bavel. So therefore, when you see Rabbi with a Yud, it's usually Tanoim. Tanoim Eretz Yisrael. Rabbi Yosef bar Rabbi Yosef bar Zvida. Chatan Ishna v'chatan Ilosha. One said this story was taka the way it was written, that he taught it to his Talmidim. But the other Amoraim said, Lachsha, no. Even Ben Azai whispered it to his Talmidim. He didn't make it public information. He whispered it. This heter is not meant for everyone to know. It's only meant for Talmidei Chacham.
Who are they saying Shno?
That Ben Azai went and took this heter
he only did it.
that originated from Nachum Mishkam, who told to Rebbe whispered to Rebbe Kiva, who whispered to Ben Azai. He went and taught it publicly.
But they don't all believe that.
Oh, they don't all. Some of them say he whispered it to Talmidim. He didn't
In
go.
the shuk, though. He was in the shuk. They
Basically.
can't argue on a machshava.
Right.
They're
Yes.
Amoraim. They can't say what didn't happen.
No, they each had a different Masorah to what they heard the story happen. They were arguing in how the story that ever happened, you know? Ma'adetan Ishna, the one that taught that the Girs Ishna, they taught of the Rabbim. Why would Ben Azai have gone out and made it public? If this is not such a clear head? Mishum Bittul Torah, Mishum Bittul Torah. For two reasons. Bittul Torah, because people wouldn't be learning Torah until they went to the mikveh. So they mean until they got to mikveh, so it's not next to the mikveh. So then they had Tisha Kabin, very simple. Pick up a pail of water, a shissel of aser, and pour it on yourself. Pour Tisha Kabin on yourself.
That would be a reason why they should do it silently.
But he held that everyone needed to know.
No, but
Everyone needs to know
if
this.
you hold out spit the Torah, it means that you hold that you shouldn't do it.
No.
You shouldn't be mefarsim it, no?
No, you should be a Pharisee, because till now everyone thought you have to only go to mikveh. Now I'm giving you a heter, you can take a shissel of aser and pour it on yourself. So I'm giving you a heter, you don't need to go to mikveh. Go get yourself, pour in some water. So because of Bittul Torah, and because of Bittul Primitive, people were didn't want as much. They were vatal their oina because the next morning going to have to go running around for a mikveh,
Which wasn't so common.
So therefore, and that's what he said. Shna, he taught us heter barab. We don't know which Amoraim is which. The man Tani Lachsha, the one that taught the Girsa was Lachsha, that he whispered it because he still held that you should go find yourself a proper mikveh. Tamidei Chachamim should not be found by their wives like chickens, like roosters. The chickens are always marbe tashmish. They have a lot of tashmish. So therefore, he wanted Tevilas Ezra should remain. You have to go not to give any heterim out.
So
this heter is only used in an extenuous situation, but normally a person should be running to the mikveh. So that he held that was more important.
Basically, you see from this though that you can be a Talmid Chacham lav davka a parish.
Right? Well, you want to make sure he's a parish.
But I'm just saying,
Well, Shabbos,
like,
the Well Shabbos.
What are we talking here about? Talmid Chacham, chicken.
Well, Shabbos.
Chicken, they're going to run around and have.
I've read a
Well, Chabad
project who used the University of Michigan State, swimming pool.
It's interesting that you should say that. I was at the University of Michigan in Lansing, and I used the Little River. I played in the
Ann Arbor.
Yeah, and it was
Michigan State is it?
right under the football stadium. There's a little stream. We toiled in it, and I can guarantee it was toxic.
Yeah, but in the pool, in the swimming pool, I'm reading. They use, I think, there.
It smell. It wasn't a little dirty, but you can smell it.
And we have to also discuss, by the way, Rabbi, to discuss lakes and rivers and ocean. We'll discuss soon. Now, Amar Reb Yanai. Now another statement to go on. Amar Reb Yanai Shemaiti Mekilim Ba, Shemaiti Mechmin Ba. There's no clarity. I've heard that some are Mekel, and for Tevilas Ezra they'll use Tisha Kabin. They don't have to go dafka to mikveh. But Shemaiti Mechmin Ba, I heard some people are machmer and they won't use a mikveh. V'chol machmer bal atzmai manichli yom shleisa. Either way, whoever is machmer on himself, like the machmirim, has a riches yam shontes. Comes that you have two methods of becoming Torah: Tisha Kabin and going to a mikveh. And there is some go to the mikveh and some rely on Tisha Kabin. But if you're machmer, even though you're not so mechuyev to be machmer, but it's a bracha, riches yam shontes. Our Mishua ben Levi. What is this whole thing about people in the morning? Shachar means shachar, Lashon morning. What is this whole reason why people are being toivel in the morning? Mativan? What do you mean? Yehuda Shuba Levi himself says in the previous Amud in Gemara that Balakari is also b'David Torah. That Balakari is also to learn Torah. So why are you asking why people are toivel in the morning? The Gemara explains and reinterprets of Shuba Levi's question. Why are they running to go look for 40 saw? 40 saw is a shiva mikveh. Mikveh has to have 40 saw in it. After the Tisha Kabin, they can go into Tisha Kabin. Why do they have to go and dip themselves into a mikveh? It's possible to pour on themselves Tisha Kabin. So Shimon Levi says, even though he did not hold that Tevilas Ezra was batal, and he held that you can't learn without mikveh, but he held Tisha Kabin is fine. He was from the Mekilin. He was from the Mekilin.
Are we gonna find out what the whole Indian means? Where does this come from?
Tisha Kabin?
Yeah.
Well, isn't it when you do full Isra?
We'll see Tisha Kabin. After that, we'll see what the other time is going to explain. Yeah.
When you do full Isra, your whole body is in the mikveh. When you do Tisha Kabin, not the whole body is Tisha Kabin.
Yeah, but your whole body gets wet.
It's true.
No, but you're holding the cup like this. However, the big cup you hold it, so your hand is not.
No, you have to someone else do it for you.
Or a shower.
So then you need two people. So then again, you're not going to.
Or a shower. Basically, all poskim kemat are maskim that a shower is good for Tisha Kabin.
Close and close, open and close.
No. You see that most hold that you don't have to have a person pouring on you.
You don't have to have a.
You'll have a human being pouring on you. It's okay to turn on, open up a faucet and let it pour on you. Just the main thing should be poured on you.
So all the standing over here, they never go to the mikveh, they take a shower in the morning.
It's a limit schus.
They went to the mikveh, they take a shower in the morning.
If they stand underneath the shower.
Yeah, they stand in the shower.
For 2-3 minutes, yeah. Then they have the mila Tisha Kabin. We'll see that's not. You see that there's a mila going to the actual mikveh. Umar said earlier that machmer ba merichel yom shleisa machmer to dafka go memsa.
It's a header in case of emergency, but not to do it.
Not, you'll see.
Right.
Yeah.
Not emergency. They hold the Moiraim held it to the
Some Moiraim held that the you could go to it.
Tisha
Kabin.
Because they hold it otherwise it'll be good to Torah.
Little Torah and either way, Rabbi, we spoke last week. The halacha is in Shulchan Aruch and Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch. Halacha is halacha. That the Tevilah of Ezra was batal. Silent, the Tevilah, everything, and that's the minig. However, Chassidim and other Anshe Maisa are machron themselves. It's very, very important. Chassidish Sfarim, Sifrei Musa and Sifrei Kabbalah are all very into it. Already the Rishonim and already Achreinim already discussed about the special Maila, but not as a chiyuv. Not as a chiyuv. Anyone who's a Mahater b'mitzvahs is going to be doing it.
It's amazing. I was reading that in Eretz they do a lot of digging, to find out this. Everywhere they find mikvahs. Not only in Yerushalayim. Everywhere. Like showing you how people used to be.
There was a lot of tada, tumah. There was Zohar and tumah and tada. They touch things in their tummy and mace and sheretz.
Yeah, exactly. The mikvahs was all over the place.
They even found one with graffiti. They just found the mikvah.
With graffiti?
In Yerushalayim.
And there was graffiti on it.
It was
can't
what?
figure out what it was, but it was graffiti.
Oh yeah, no, but that was in the antechamber, not in the.
Right.
Yeah, but the question is, Did they have showers?
Amar Reb Chanina. Amar Reb
They
Chanina.
had flowers.
They didn't have showers.
Not in the mikvah, Stam. It was in a different place. The Merchitz was one place. Amar Reb Chanina Geder Gadol Gadreba. The fact that Chachamim demanded that you have to go to Memsa and not to rely on Tisha B'Av, there was a very good reason for it. And we even see how it helps save people from Aveira. The Tani Luna Braisa Maisa Bechel, a story with one. Shetavi Shetvar Aveira. He went to a woman who was a single woman, who wasn't married, and she was not a Nida. And he wanted her to do Aveira with her. Amalei, she told him, Reika, you empty one. What are you going to do tomorrow afterwards? You need to go to 40 so go to the Tevilas Ezra. She was that was what she was telling him. The fact that he doesn't have Ada with her, that didn't bother. The fact that who are you? Such a low person. In the times Tevilas said, you're not going to go to find Memsa. Miyat Pirish right away he took the Gemara, the Mefarshim discussion. You're makel on this and mahadar on this. Sometimes you find people in a minig chap onto a minig and they're more medactic in a minig or in a chumrah sometimes more than the Raisa. Ganva b'machtarta b'chmana karya. Yeah, you have interesting scenarios. Sometimes you find that people are more mahadar in the Rabbanon or minig. Lamaitze.
Somebody go to women.
She told
He doesn't care about mikveh.
The Yetzer Hara doesn't relate to that part. And the Yetzer Hara is he's a betzim a good person, and he's mahadar and he goes for himself. So Yetzer Hara bothers something else, but suddenly he hears that he's going to have to give up. In the meantime, when you come place this and this, so he wakes up.
So you see though that she was frum. She said, she told him, I want to saw not Tisha B'Av.
And Rav Huna said to the Chachamim.
No, actually, you see that he was also a chassid. Because he said, he didn't say, well, he said, I could get the Tisha B'Av. He also held by Abraham.
What of them were?
He said, I can find Tisha B'Av.
Rav Huna said to the Chachamim, he saw Chachamim. Rabbi said, why are you mezalzam going to Tevilas Ezra? If you're saying it's because it's cold, go to the bathhouse. The bathhouse is hot. Going to the bath is hot. Are you allowed to go to the mikvah in hot water? Meaning what? Not because it's hot. Well, how do you make hot water? Hot water is put in a pot on a fire.
Right.
And you pour it in. It wasn't like today's days we have a heater. You can heat the water, heating water while it's in the mikvah.
It's going to be like a nine cabin.
No, it's going to be a problem of shuvin. You're not allowed to have mayim shuvin, water that was drawn in a keli in a mikvah.
Right.
So he said back to him, what are you telling us? That we should all go into if we don't like cold mikvahs, we'll go into the bathhouse. It's shuvin. What do? They pour in the shuvin into the mikvah. The thing is like this. It was cold water in the bath. They used to warm up the cold water
On the
hot water. So it wasn't really a problem because...
What wasn't a problem?
Okay, it depends how it was made. The cold water came in. Somehow the cold water came into this bathhouse and it crushed it away.
Right.
But it wasn't a problem. But the hot water was shuvin because it was put in a pot and heated up.
They also had it underneath the floor.
It was too cold.
Those days they
did have that type, but this one they're
They
talking
didn't
about
have
another
that those
type.
days.
That's true.
What's they had in those days?
They did have it in Zman Gemara. But Al
Gemara.
Kapanim over here, this Gemara was not over here in this area, in this time period. They didn't. Either way, by the way, it doesn't make it shuvin all the water. If the water in there is mem sa, 40 sa, doesn't make it. The shaila exactly what does the Gemara mean over here? Amar later, Huna said back to him, Rav Ada Ba'ava Koy Kavasa. Rav Ada Ba'ava holds like you. He holds like you that you have to have mamish a kosher and mikvah, 100% kosher. And I'm mekel. I hold that you can go to the hot bath. Rav Zeda, another story. Rav Zeda, Yossi Ba'agno Demaya Be'masusa. He was sitting in a bathtub, in the bathhouse, in a vessel that was full of water. Amar l'shamei zil he told his servant, go, bring Tisha Kabin and pour it on me. Shadi Aluyi, pour this amount of water on top of me. Why are you making yourself so much sugar? But you also go, you're sitting in a bathhouse. I'm sitting in water. He held that the bath was not good water. Right? Even though the water I'm sitting in has an Tisha Kabin, but Tisha Kabin only helps when it's poured in you. Just like we say, Arboim Sa is dafka when it's and when you dip yourself into it. Tisha Kabin is the opposite. It only works when it's poured on you. Someone can't dip himself into Tisha Kabin. 40 saw is more than the measurement of Tisha Kabin of water.
Also, how does a pool work?
Not Altzmem saw, but not Al Tisha Kabin. Here we're going to see soon. How does the problem with a swimming pool is like this? A kosher mikveh. One of the
here means that Brian saying means the mikveh itself.
Yeah. But here he's just telling you is what we see over here is some were Meiko Tisha Kabin, some weren't. And if you want to be Meiko Tisha Kabin, it's only when you pour it on you, but not by dipping yourself into the Tisha Kabin.
And what's the bottom?
The shower, like we said, most people hold together. I wanted to mention to you that there is a sheet that the Menashe Klein al Shalom, Navarre Park, held very strongly that a shower is not good enough because there's an opinion of the Ravid. It seems that the Ravid holds in the Sefer Tamim Deim that you need to have a koyach gavra even by Tevilas Ezra. It needs to be someone pouring in you. In the shower, it's mechanical. It's not someone pouring it in. However, most of the poskim do not agree.
The first turning on.
But still in all, so they hold that you don't need koyach gavra. Not just that it is koyach gavra. You don't need koyach. The first turning on is true. First turning on, you need 2-3 minutes. In order to get enough liters of Tisha Kabin, you need like 2-3 minutes. For the Chazanish, you need 3-4 minutes. But the Shir of Chaim, not 2-3 minutes underneath the shower. Just the way you stand for Tisha Kabin is you stand like this, and a person not tightly. Now it's the Pima Gadol says you should have the bottom of your feet already wet, and even though the water is not going to get like all around underneath, you're out and different places, but as long as there's no chatzitza there, and it could get there, the water, you're standing like this, and you stand straight up, and you let the water come down. The rain showers is b'chlal much better. The rain showers, mamish on top of you.
Like when they do time on the bed.
Yeah. They don't do it anymore like this, but when
I'm saying, if you don't have a mikveh, like
I'll tell you, it's very hard to take a mace and stand the mace up straight. How are you going to hold the mace up?
You can't.
You have to build a whole contraption.
No,
it's very difficult.
While he's sleeping, you go on and...
Because the mace is always sleeping.
I'm saying, why is it laying down? Like
I didn't understand what you said.
Right. He lay down, you take
No. You have to pour it while they're standing up.
Why don't they just put them in the mikveh? Don't they usually?
First of all, now they use, right, the shluchim have to do it. In New York, you have a chapel. By any outlying area, you have to Tisha Kabin. How do they do it? Have you found out how they do it?
When the guys sleep, they take a bucket, that's it. And then the towels are all over to...
You've seen it?
I spoke to shluchim.
When the water sets in, the body is straight.
It seems that the Gemara is supposed to be standing up, but I don't know. I hear from you this. I heard from Beryl Lipsker from the Chevra Kaddish in Crown Heights told me that he built a contraption once for this.
To stand up, the mace is stand up.
But it wasn't mamish standing up. They did it. What's the problem when you pour and the mace is flat? And how do you get it on the bottom part? It's problematic. Not so simple.
It has to be a yecholis to get his whole body.
No, yeah, it has to be pouring it while...
When you stand up like this and like this also, water don't go over here and there.
That we're making, but Roiv...
Roiv is by this...
I don't know all the different
special mikveh,
but it does say in Pasuk. I didn't look it up.
Him in a bathtub.
It's not a mikveh.
Where's Ranis? Ranis is
but it's not a question of mikveh. It can't be totally your kalim there.
Ranis do time. Someone asked him.
But they don't do tadas. They don't do tadas here this way.
Have a little stand.
Oh, what?
Tadas are not done in New York that way. They're done with the mikveh.
There's a crane. Yeah, I'm gonna ask what do you do when you go?
Yeah, they pour in the crane.
The table goes tilts.
Yeah.
The table tilts.
Shemer Hadas and Shemer Chaimis, everyone have mikvahs. Until they have mikvahs in America, They were taka doing it in showers, I think. Lamaisa Zoi. Baralipska said he built a contraption once, but the way he explained it to me, it was years ago, he explained to me it wasn't mamish upright. Even though I seen Shachan Tosses, he explained to me they did it like as a
Like benches in.
an angle.
That's a benches in.
Yeah, that's what you said.
The center has a rivet. It's held into place on both sides. And then you release a latch. The bottom part of the feet is you put something over there that it's going to catch. And at the end of the body, forward.
The body's standing upright.
Standing up.
It's not all the way upright. Same way he explained to me that it wasn't all the way upright. I'll be honest. The Rabbeim always did. The Rabbeim,
The Rebbe did it in his room.
the Rebbe did in his room, and the Fidik also. In Tisha Kabin. And it's a big shaila, I don't know why. And why do you think Berlevsk is saying that that's the only time he had to do it? Stam. Well, the Maisa, Fidik also that way. And then have a Shab, I don't remember
What, they put a bucket? They put a bucket under it?
It's the dinim of Tisha Kabin, we'll see soon. It has to be 3, you could use more than 1 keli, but up to 3. But when you pour each one, you cannot stop the pour from the previous one.
The second one start what
Continuous.
the first one go.
Yeah.
So you need 2 people.
You need a bunch of people to help you out over there, to do the whole thing. Lamaisa, I don't know why the Rabbeim did not use a mikveh. I don't understand.
Sure.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why they base themselves on the Fidik Rebbe. Maybe I have to look up again out the Rebbe Shab. Maybe the Rebbe Shab also did the Shikam. I have to look it up because the Rebbe Shab had a mikveh.
Did he train on himself? Oh no, that was.
So without the Rebbe. Without the Rebbe.
Yeah. No, the Maggid.
Battle Rifkin in a Shkafta the Rebbe writes about what they did. I don't remember what happened.
After Rebbe went into the mikveh.
Make a note for myself to look up in Shkafta the Rebbe. Lamaisa, they did Tisha Kabin. Shluchim have to do it, and not only that, Shluchim have no way to do it. They're not going to bring a mace into the Nikas Nashim, right? So no one's going to want to go use the Nikas Nashim anymore. It's not sanitary, People have sometimes.
They have special
It's
mikvahs.
not
Why did they take
sanitary.
it to the
Now they have
ocean?
special mikvahs from Mason.
But only in big areas like New York.
Yeah. Oh.
Big yeshuvim are from people.
They
In
can
out
take
of
it
town
to Seagate.
places.
That's right.
Out of town places.
They're like if the chapel let you take out the body.
Put them in the ocean.
Now. Yeah, but you have to make sure you don't lose the body.
I'll ask my friend.
Oh, you do it like they titles.
Yeah, all the shluchim do ties. I actually met a guy. I met a guy told me someone one time wanted me to do a levaya for him. A friend of his, whatever. Lamaisa, he said, come to levaya. Like, they think the whole thing is the levaya, the speaking and everything. That's nothing. The levaya. I said to him, what's going to be? I said I need to know about the Torah and everything. So I called up the chapel. The chapel. They told me that they have a rabbi that doesn't say, I want to know what this is. I called up his rabbi. He's a frum guy. Forgot his name. And he makes a deal. It's a business of his. It's also a mitzvah. He made a deal. We spoke about this. He makes a deal with 12 chapels all over Long Island and Westchester, Manhattan. They give him a room where he sends their mashgichim, like sends people to go, and he pays them, to go to do Tisha Kabin in that room, and your person could order tachrichim, right? He has tachrichim, and then he'll arrange for you whatever you pay for, tachrichim, tara, a shomer, you want to pay for a shomer, and then what type of aron. So if they say they want 100% a kosher, they can get everything kosher. They pay for it, they want it. If they don't, each step of the way, whatever they want. And they could say, aron, he told me, I told how are we going to make sure the aron, make sure you tell the chapel you want a plain old wooden casket. And he said that one, he said, what about, you have an Indian, you have to offer ata or tashim, that's just the burying. We bury in our aron, but it has to touch the ground.
They open up. They open. Heavy condition opens
But
up.
there's no chaver condition of these levayas.
And
What
open
happens?
the wood is.
And they also take
These
the
levayas,
They steal the organs too. You have to be careful.
These levayas don't have any. They could get a shomer and everything, and the shomer will go all the way with the guy till the cemetery. But they don't bring their own minyan.
No, they
There's
don't
no
bring
minyan
the
there.
grain.
That they do with the goyim over there. They put it on whatever they do it. They put it on top of the ropes and they let the goyim do it.
Right.
You're not getting amish. If that person wants, you have to make sure. So over here, he told me that he drills holes in the oil. There's holes in the oil. So what holds? The tak al pi halacha, ikar halacha is okay to have holes in the bottoms enough. However, the mice, it's more.
What, for offer to be near the offer, or for
Yeah, as long as the aren't. Yeah, it's not for that reason.
Say the ones that don't take a pine casket, you're saying.
No, the one that takes this old pine casket and these chapels,
It's fine.
they make it in a way. The way he arranged it was that they make holes in it for the shmika halacha that it's considered when they bury the person. It's considered that they don't open up the bottom.
Oh, we do.
We only opened it by the only last 30, 40 years because it used to be, it's illegal, to be honest with you. That's why they don't let people see it. They're very careful. They don't want people to see what's going on. They don't make it. It's like a well-known secret because
What do they
it's
do with that
illegal
wood?
to bury
They'll
someone
leave it
directly in the
They'll
ground.
leave it there.
Like
Yeah.
They open it. They open it.
What happens is they go down over there.
The bottom is cut through. When the guy in Turkish, he lifted up this way. He go down this way. So the mat is now on the
That's why you always see them
If
there.
let's say the government or somebody gonna say, so you always could come and says, look, the wood's there, maybe the weight he gave up something that they will have excuse, you know, it's a...
They say that Shalom Yisrael Chadakov, Chadakov's son, I think he's the one who invented it, and that's when all the other Shabbat study told them they were all doing holes.
I didn't know that.
Which is brought in, when he told me about holes, I went to go make sure that's good up here. It's not good, he's right, it's good, says it's a shachar brings it, but it's still more mahudadik to do it the way it's done now, they have the slip board. And usually right before, when it's lower down, one of the Chevra Kadisha
He go down.
slips down,
Right.
and Kiyu like he's positioning it over
Yeah,
there, and
yeah,
he lifts up the finger a little bit, and no one sees it going.
Good thing,
I noticed that by a lot of the buyers. They do that.
They never do
No,
that.
that they don't do that.
Yeah, they don't go.
That they do. They don't cut.
The guy that go down.
They know to walk
No.
away whenever
He
from
lift
it
it up.
to begin with. They don't have any work.
No, no cutting. Okay, that they do in the chapel.
You know, just to lighten the mood.
Chapel.
'Cause this is heavy stuff.
Dirt and put it and then
Yeah, they have dirt. They
Too
have
heavy,
dirt.
this conversation. There was
They
a
have
famous
dirt.
guy.
They have Eretz Yisrael erd and oil erd. They put it.
Oil earth?
And they have like a whole thing with the egg and with like this. They put it on the ice. But it's- but they don't do that then. There was one time by Levaya, and it was for someone who wasn't from, and the guy from the Chevra Kadisha who went down there to do the slipboard. He wasn't such a. He didn't know. He didn't know how to do things like so quietly. You know, he went down there. And he lifted up the hut you know. Firstly, you always tell the oil to move back a little bit, give space. The Chevra Kadisha says they need some room to work, just so they shouldn't see exactly what's going on. So the oil moves back a little bit. And while they're working, you know, and while they're putting it down, everything will go back. And then he wasn't doing it discreetly. He was lifting up azay like it was like the hood of a car. And Nebuch, the lady was the daughter was a Baal Shuvah. She went like, "Is everything okay over there?" You know, and touching on with the maid, you know, what's going on? She would mama see what's going on. But, yeah, no problem, whatever it is. But they have to go down, and the people shouldn't see, and they lift it up. You don't want to have anyone start tightening us for doing things illegal and this.
It's a short, they don't do an orange.
No. But there is a concept of aroinis that was mentioned already in Gemara. There was an inyan being buried in an aron.
Art of Yosef.
Chutzlars, they always buried with aroinis. But they always made sure they took away the aron when they came to took it away, whatever the was. God, when they were digging for the Gimel Tamos, there was a scala to feed the Kebbas on. There was a scala.
It's exactly the same way it was. Nothing happened.
There.
The orange.
The
How
aron.
did-
The whole for the cable was exactly the
How
same.
would they get within?
Because the wall
They're right next to each other.
is touching.
Really?
Yeah. And the
There's
people-
no wall.
the
There's
people-
no wall in between.
No.
There's no wall in between.
But they just realize now. They
dirt.
just realize the Gimel Tamas, they realize.
Yeah, but they dig. Sometimes the space there, whatever it wasn't.
When they look at the oil, right, the square, and when they dig down, they realize when the Rebbe put the Frierdiker Rebbe and he joined they put it, he made room for himself because it was halfway to the right. They didn't understand why. Only now they have. People don't realize it, eh? The oil is like this. Then by each part the Rebbe then put himself.
No, the Rebbe didn't say where they had a big meeting about where the Rishon the Rebbe. No, Maisa say.
Who made the decision?
Good.
You know,
But the Rebbe bought off all the area. The Rebbe also, you see, the areas were all around. The Rebbe bought off a bunch. The Frierdiker Rebbe already bought off. You see there where the Rebbetzins are all around was.
Yeah.
But that's the Ezas Nashim. Elabavitch, I think, is the only Krai, the only chug that we are so makbid in Tznius
They didn't when you die.
No,
Over only makbid. But the Lamaisa, in the Beis HaChaim, it's split.
My Tzemach Tzedek also. If you look at Tzemach Tzedek,
Oh, Lubavitch, it's split. But Lamaisa, by the Rebbe's mother, the Rebbe bought off all the spaces around. Not only did he buy all the space around, over the path, across the path from his mother, he also bought off a bunch of spots. So some people thought maybe he wanted to be buried there across from his mother. The Payel, that's where the quarter was. But the mice of that area, the Rebbe bought those spots. And those spots, later on, they put Berke Yunik, who was very close to the Rebbe of Tzimchana. And he came out of Russia as the Rebbe Tzimchana's son. On the papers. The fake papers.
He was Meshamas by the Rebbe house.
Right, so he was there, and other people, David Raskin, they also put, it was also Meshamish, it was with the Rebbe Tzimchana, the Blavik.
He had the Rebbe father.
Yeah. Those are the Rebbe's personal spots that the Rebbe bought. Not within where the Rebbe Tzimchana is, because the din is, Bo Yenuach Geidel Tzadikim Al Shevet HaResha. You're not supposed to bury the Shoyim next to Tzadikim. There's different levels of the Shoyim and Tzadikim, but Klape the Tzadikim were all the Shoyim. So always, therefore, the Rebbeim always makbid that around the Kvarim there should be no one else. That's why you have, by the Rebbetzins, all around, there's no Kvarim all around on all sides. And also by Rebbe Tzimchana, except for one Matzeva maybe that was there already before or something, from all six, the 7 spots are all around taken. Yeah, that's the way with the Rebbe Tzimchana, if you saw Rebbe Tzimchana's diary, the parts that recently came out, there was always parts that were available years ago, but the parts that recently, the past years, were published, she clearly writes how she made sure to order by the Blavik to have all around that no one should be buried next to the Blavik, but Maisa, she says, someone wanted to be buried next to him. She made sure there was a gate around, and someone went in and then stuck himself in over there. The family put him in over there without Rishus. What are you going to do? He's there. He's there.
Maybe he became a son.
So, by the way, Rebbe Tzimchana did some cries, and the ladies don't go to the Beis HaChaim. To Israel, very makbid on it. And she also didn't go to the Beis HaChaim. She stayed home. She didn't go to the... She stayed home. She didn't go. Bavish now, the oil and the ladies do go. But when you leave a Beis HaChaim, you're not supposed to meet ladies. It says that the Satan is merakid.
That woman.
Satan is dancing around the area. By Levaya, when the men come back and see the women. So therefore, when you turn around, the woman should first leave, and the man shouldn't turn around to meet them. And it's labareid na bis dvarim am samchim.
Let's continue the second part.
We read that Tisha Kavim for a mace, and Tisha Kavim for a chai. The mace azoi. Should we make for next week?
Yeah.
Okay. So we mamshut the Shemitah next week. Let's save the... Where did they put it?
I was going to do the same thing.
Not only Sameach that, if you know, Shmuel Kopak, from business that he'll get to real estate dealings, so Bashkaf Bratis is buried in Section 8.
You know, there was a famous guy. There was a famous guy.
The whole wealth was built in Section 8, and he built
There was a famous guy. He used to go to all his friends' Levias, Mamash, very religiously. So they asked him, what is it? You don't miss Levi. He'll fly back from Italy or wherever to come back to his friends' Levias. So he said, why are you going to all your friends' Levias? He says, because I want them to come to mine.
The Mendel Malazov says a story that the Gorbachev had an Aiden, and he was a very big Bismagin. And there was a Lubavitcher, his name was Shubov, which is Aid of the Shubov, and they once art and learning, and the mom made Chassidim officially going on Nigla, and he made this dog with such a good Lubavitcher, and this guy knew how to learn, the Aiden knew how to learn. Abba David was his name, Aiden Lubavitcher.
Goldfire.
Yeah, by then he made actual Parachas in the Nigla, so he was so insulted, because apparently he answered like Lubavitcher, schlecht an the snagget, das das schwerer Gericht Chassid, du bist dort an snagget am Arsch. He got so insulted, he said, you made a shua, that he's not going to go to the Levi's. If they told the Jew, he's not even going to go to the So shua listens for a second, remember what Allah says? He says, the Mitzvahs, Ich bin nicht ein Neukim bereit, ich will ja gehen zu deinem Reihe.